Hello, hello to all of my wonderful friends. My name is Christie of Christie Archer Designs, and this is my mostly knitting podcast. This is the month of December. Today is Friday the 30th, I believe. And it has been a whirlwind of a month. So let me start with saying thank you to all of my returning viewers. I appreciate each and every one of you so very much. It has been just such a great blessing to get to know all of you here and develop friendships and conversations. I really do enjoy it. I know sometimes my life can get away from me, and I might not be as vocal with responses as I should be, but I am trying to get better with that. If you are new here, I really do hope you enjoy your visit. This is just a place for us to share and chat about things that we have in common with knitting. And like I said, I do touch on a couple of other things. So the month of December, let's see where to start. I did try to clear my needles of everything by the end of November so that, or get rid of projects, or not get rid of, finish projects that I needed to have finished, because the month of December, I just wanted to do selfish knitting. If you are new here, I started a job on December 1st for the first time in over 20 years. And for my returning viewers, it has been amazing. I am thoroughly enjoying being back out in the world. So that has been very nice. I'm sorry, I've got a hair somewhere. That has been so nice. So yes, that is going great. It has eaten a little bit into my knitting time, but really not that much. What ate into my knitting time is just plain and simple the holidays. My mother-in-law came and stayed with us for a week. The first week, I started my new job. The second week, my mother-in-law came and stayed. The third week was just finishing up all of the shopping, which has been different for us. Normally, we don't do, now that the kids are older, we do not celebrate the holidays really, because we're just the kind of people, if there's something that we need or want and can afford it, we just go ahead and get it. We don't wait for a special occasion. So it has been a while since we have actually celebrated the holidays. And it was a lot of fun. We did Secret Santa this year. So each of us purchased for one person in the family, and that was a lot of fun. But there was, there was time involved in it. So yeah, all of that to say, I don't have a ton to share today. So this will likely be a very short podcast. I do want to touch on two other things real quick, and then we'll get into the nitty stuff. I did attempt to do Vlogmas again this year. This is 2 years in a row I have attempted to do it. And I think this year I just decided, as much as I would love to do it, it just doesn't fit my life. So I apologize for the hype of, I'm going to do Vlogmas, and with all the new stuff and everything that was going on this December, it just didn't happen. And I don't think I'm going to plan on doing it again in the future anytime soon, unless major changes take place. That said, for those of you that watched, I think I put out 2 Vlogmases. Thank you for watching. And then there was another thing I wanted to touch on. Oh, I do not plan on doing a year-end review this year. I have throughout the year talked about all of my projects, And with the new job and everything that went on this month, I haven't had time to pull it all together, and it is fairly extensive to pull however many makes. I know last year I made over 60 something. So anyway, I don't think I'm going to do that, or I have no plans of doing that this year. We'll see. That said, let's jump into FOs. So, elephant in the room, my sweater. I love it. Okay, so this is a sweater that I just made. It's just a top-down raglan. I did do a few things different than my normal. Okay, first of all, the yarn is Upscycle, Knit Picks Upcycle Blend, which is an alpaca, wool, and I think acrylic blend. I'm pretty sure it has some acrylic in it. Okay, so alpaca, wool, and acrylic. 33% alpaca, 34% wool, and 34% acrylic. I'll show you a label real quick because we'll be talking about this also. So this is what this is made out of, and this one is worsted. This is worsted weight as well. They have two different weights. So this one, the colorway was Storm. And the reason I hesitate is because the first time I placed an order for this yarn, I ordered Storm and Fog and Celestial. Celeste. So those were the three colors. This was the third color, Celeste. The what did I just say? Smoke? Smoke and Fog, I think is what this one is Smoke, and then the other one that I bought was Fog. And they were so similar in color that I'm actually exchanging the Smog for Obsidian, which is just black. And I'll get into that a little bit more, but back to the sweater. So what I did different, and I was so excited to discover this, and I know I'm probably way late in the game discovering this, but there's a reason for it. I did Italian cast on and Italian bind off for this garment. And the reason I had never done Italian bind off or cast on before was because I had always heard that it was the same as a tubular cast on and bind off, and it is not. It has a similar look to it. It does have that rolled, you know, where it just, there is no flat edge here, it rolls. I am not a fan of tubular because to me it flares. I don't like that little, it creates almost a little bubble because it is actually as if a tube were in the end of the, where it finishes. So this is Italian and I am obsessed, absolutely obsessed. So this will be my new cast on and bind off for all my garments unless something else is needed. It is a little tricky and there are similarities to the tubular and the Italian, but this one does not have flare. It is not as stretchy, but it is plenty stretchy. I mean, you have plenty of stretch, but if you need an extreme amount of stretch, then tubular would be a better option. But to me, this has plenty, more than enough. And so that's what I did. So I'm going to stand up and show you. I did a 1x1 rib for the neckline. And I think my ribbing is about 1 inch. And then I went into the raglans. The raglan that I did was I know it's hard to see on this. I was trying to think, there's a 1 stitch instead of 2 stitch. And I think I did lifted increases to get this particular increase, raglan increase. So let me stand up. Oh, let's see. Okay, so I did a boxy fit. It has about 8 inches of positive ease, and I did a split hem, and it's a 1x1 rib on the hem as well. Let me pull it down. I did a 4-inch hem for the sleeves, and the sleeves are actually kind of long, and I did the sleeves not like a true balloon, but I did them very, very loose. I think I only did 4 or 5 decreases, so that it would be really loose, and then I went down 2 needle sizes for the ribbing, and I absolutely love everything about this garment. So, hold on. Okay, so that is what I'm wearing, and I do have plans to make quite a few more because I bought yarn for 3 to begin with, and then I went back and bought yarn for 5 more. So yeah, I'm kind of obsessed. About the yarn, it is not next to skin. That is my only disappointment with it. The wool that was used was probably Peruvian wool, which Knit Pig's Peruvian wool is not next to skin. It would have been nice if it had been a merino and alpaca, but it has just gorgeous drape, which you probably cannot see, but it definitely has beautiful body and drape to it. I am obsessed, but I would not say that this is next to skin. So it feels good. Like if you're just touching it, you think, oh, that's going to be so soft. But once it gets next to your skin that doesn't, you know, your hands are not really a good teller of itchiness, near as much as the delicate skin of your chest or stomach or whatever. So I could wear it without a shirt underneath, but I would definitely feel the prickles. So anyway, that's the yarn, love it. That's the sweater, love it. This was my first finished object of the month of December. My second is massive. This is a shawl, and if you are not new here, you will remember I had talked about doing, I think it was called the campfire shawl. I'll pop a picture up of it. I think it was an East Base pattern. I'll put that up here. Anyway, I bought yarn, 13 50-gram skeins of Wool of the Andes worsted, and I started doing that pattern, and I just don't like the cast on method and the top edge. I do my shawls differently than the average designer. And so I looked around for other shawls, and I just really wanted something simple, but not super plain. So this is what I ended up with. And I won't be able to show you all of it, but I'll do my best. So it is a top-down triangular shawl, and I did my standard cast on. With this one, I only did 5 stitches. And then on basically on every 10th row, I did a garter bump all the way down to the hem. And then the hem, I did a 3x2 rib. So I love the way it turned out. I'm gonna get up and attempt to show this, but it's really, really massive. It's approximately 120 inches wide and approximately 45 inches long. it was so big that I really didn't get to stretch it to its max when I was blocking it. I was able to lay it down and pull it just a touch, but it was still kind of baggy and loose on the blocking mats. It's really big. Okay, so. Now, this is something that I made so that I'm gonna leave it here on the sofa during the winter months, and when we take, if we go outside with our dogs, when we walk them, my daughter and I can just wrap up in this and be warm without having to throw on a coat or anything. But I absolutely love, 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 love this. I love everything about it, and I had so much fun knitting it. All right. Okay, so that is the shawl that I made. I have a question. I'm thinking about writing this up into a pattern, but I didn't know if it was one of those things that people would even really need a pattern for. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I can't even fold it right now. It's so big. What do you think? Do you think that one is worthy of writing up? I think it turned out absolutely stunning. I would love to make quite a few of them in different colors. So yeah, give me your thoughts on that if you don't mind. Just let me know if you think that that is a pattern worth writing. I already have a name picked out for it because to me, not that you can tell from right here, but anyway, it kind of looks like a fern leaf. So, and it just so happens, what's the word I'm looking for? Coincidentally, and I did not plan this, but the yarn color name is fern. So I thought that was really funny that it ended up looking like a fern leaf and the colorway is called fern. So maybe that's one of those that's just meant to be. All right, now the other two knit projects I have to talk about, I didn't finish. I got so obsessed with this shawl that everything else got thrown to the wayside as far as knitting was concerned. So, living in my gnome knitting bag, I have one finished, a Simply Irresistible sock, and this is out of Daisy Stitch Co.'s self-striping sock set. It's called Cozy Christmas. Okay, so Daisy Stitch Co.'s sock set, and this is the, what did I say? Cozy Christmas, and I believe it's a 75-25. I have to put my glasses on. Let's see. 75-25 superwash. So it was 2 minis and, excuse my nails, oh, they look bad. It was 2 minis and 100-gram skein. So I will be able to make up another pair of these, which I'm really excited about. So anyway, that is, yeah, I used the Simply Irresistible sock pattern, and this is how far I am on the second one. And I am really enjoying that project. I should be able to have this and the next project done before the weekend's over. It shouldn't be a problem at all. This sock will be done today, and I'll be able to start the other one, or jump back to the other one. Okay, the other project is living in this bag. This was my winter cow kit. And thank you for those of you that participated. This is sock number 1, and it is, the pattern for this one is Simply Irresistible Socks Thistle Seeds, and it has a fun texture. I don't know if you can see if you can see the texture. And again, this has been a very enjoyable, here's a snag. I'll have to fiddle with that later. But fun sock set. Really excited about that. So again, this should be done this weekend. I know I'm a little late to the game on both of those, but like I said, I got so obsessed with this shawl, I just couldn't stop. And really, I'm a one project at a time kind of person, even though I have multiples going. Okay, the other project that I was working on over the Christmas holidays was a cross-stitch project. Kind of it's not turning out exactly the way I had hoped, but I am going to show it. It is an advent basically, so it's 25 different little blocks, one for each day of the month. And as you can see, hopefully, the snowman and the first three turned out really nice. The last one that I worked on is it just feels like it's a mess. Maybe it's me, I don't know, but it just feels like the stitches are not as tidy. Yeah, they're definitely not as tidy. And I just don't like it. So I stopped, got focused on that, but I think I'm going to rip, I'm not even done with this one. I think I decided I'm gonna rip this one out and redo it. But I am going to work on this throughout the year and have it ready for next Christmas. My goal was to do one little square a day, but like I said, this month was just not as serene and peaceful and slow paced as I would have hoped. And that's okay. I'll put the information for this particular pattern in the notes, but understand that I've definitely made some changes to this and will continue to make changes. The way it was originally done was 15 squares across for the first one and the last one, but then the 3 in the center, because it's 5 across, 5 down, the 3 in the center were only 14 stitches across, which made the snowflake off center. So anyway, I made some changes and did all of them 15 stitches across. And I've definitely made color changes than what the pattern calls for. I'll pop up the original color ways that it was designed in. So anyway, that's that. I am enjoying the project. I think I'm way too much of a, I hate to say perfectionist, but I really wanted it to be, I expect perfection from myself. So yeah, I kind of got disappointed with that snowflake. I'll go back and redo it and then on to the next one. So that's what I have done this month. I did want to share, for those of you that are not new here, you know that I do junk journaling with my daughter. And the reason I laugh when I say junk journaling is because mine's actually tidy journaling. I don't do junk journaling, but anyway, so I wanted to show a couple of what I had done. So there is my November divider, and I'm quite fond of you, and I'm thankful for you. And you can see that I try to get not super tidy. doing my little tears and stuff. This page, I didn't really enjoy either one. Well, I enjoyed the process, but I did not like the end result of either one of those. This one just felt like it was missing something, and I think I was going to go back and do a quote there and couldn't find the right quote. Maybe I'll go back and do that eventually. But my 2 December pages, I only got 2. I really do like those. So that's my December divider, and then my first page for December. I have tons of paper that I bought for the month of December because my daughter and I were going to do this every day, and best laid plans, right? So I will actually be doing a few more of the Christmas ones because I got some gorgeous paper and bought some beautiful stickers. So we'll do that maybe this weekend so I can still put them in December. And then jump into November's junk journaling. Do any of you do any kind of crafty journaling kind of things, scrapbooking or card making, any kind of paper crafts? If so, what is your favorite kind of paper craft? Let me know below. I am slightly obsessed with buying paper. I've always loved mixing and matching the fun patterns, but maybe, sorry, there's some noise going on outside. Maybe you can inspire me with some other kinds of paper crafts. Let me know what you do. All right, last up, oh, no idea what's going on out there, sorry. So that was FOs, that was whips. Now into Happy Mail. So I told you that I bought the 2 grays and the blues the first time, and I had already shown you those. And then for Christmas, my mother-in-law let me buy yarn. So I had a heyday and bought 5 more sweater quantities of this Upscycle Alpaca blend. So I got 5 different colors. 2 of them I was not crazy about, so I am returning those. They're already boxed up, or I would show them. Didn't think about that. And then, like I said, I'm returning the other, and I'm going to exchange those for other colors. So I'll show those in January's podcast. So for now, what I have to show is this one is called Black Pearl, and it is a sport weight. So that should be a lot of fun. I do enjoy working with a sport weight. So there's that, and I got a sweater quantity of each of these. And then this color, you'll have to excuse the label, it's a mess, but this color is Arctic. And I just realized I probably should have turned that one. And this one is a sport weight as well. And I love the depth of color and the heathered. You guys know, if you're not new here, you know I love my heathered yarns. Let me show the Black Pearl again. All right, and then the other one I got is a little out of my box, but I do love a gorgeous green. And I know I just showed this, which is green, but this one is just so much fun. This one is a worsted weight, and it's called Grass. So there's the label, and there's the color. And I just think with denim, this is gonna be so, so cute. So I'm excited about that. And then, like I said, I got 2 other colors. It was Seashell and Linen. I believe linen was the worsted and seashell was the sport, but it could be the other way around. They were just, linen I was hoping for, you know, just a really linen kind of color. But it was had a very strong pink undertone. So I didn't care for that. And then seashell was a very pinky mauvey color, and if I'm going to do a purple, it's going to be a smoky blue lavender. So it was definitely not a color that I would normally wear. I was expecting it to be more of a soft corally kind of color, but it definitely had more of a pink purple vibe to it. So I'm exchanging those for mushroom? No, what was that one called? And I didn't bring my notes in here. Anyway, I am exchanging them for a taupey brown color, a light taupey color, and then the black. So more neutral colors that I think would go well with denim or white or black or whatever. So I got those. And then also a friend of mine, Rachel, she and I did a little swap. So I sent her some project bags and she sent me these 2 skeins of yarn and I'm so excited. Okay, I am gonna have to get my glasses for this because since I didn't buy it, I don't remember the info. Okay, so this is Fiber Story and it is called Fur. And it is 100% superwash merino, 400 yards to 100 grams. And it is a gray with just the slightest hint of a green to it. It's really, really pretty. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this. I have been looking at doing a small bandana cowl. I know I don't normally wear things around my neck, but I'm trying to step out of my comfort zone and I'm hoping we're gonna have a cold winter this year. It hasn't happened yet. We're still basically in the 70s. But I keep thinking that like January and February are gonna be really cold, but really, really cold for me. But maybe not. We may just end up with another mild winter. Okay, and then the other one she sent me is by Raven Moon, and it is her clover fingering weight, and the colorway is called Werewolves, and this is just so cool. Let's see what the blend is on the yarn content. So it's an 85-15 merino nylon, and it is superwash. Those colors are just gorgeous. So I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do with this yet. I may do socks, but it's almost too pretty to use for socks. I generally go like all out when I'm doing socks. I go like way out in left field from what I would do for my clothes. And this is something that I would wear garment wise. So I may add this like a stripe or something across a sweater, or I don't know. It's so pretty. So anyway, I know this has been a very short episode, but that is pretty much it. We're only 33. Again, glasses. Oh, see, when I go back to edit, that will drive me nuts. Okay, yeah, we're at 33 minutes, 34 minutes. But yeah, this was a short and sweet one. I hope each and every one of you had just an amazing holiday season. If you are still celebrating, I hope you are enjoying yourself and that you guys have been able to spend time with family and loved ones and be filled with lots of peace. Peace is where it's at, people, let me tell you. It took me many, many years to reach that point, but living a life filled with peace it's where it's at. So I wish all of you a truly peace-filled holiday month and on into the new year. I will be back the last Sunday of January. Until then, enjoy all of your projects. Enjoy whatever weather you're having. If you're surrounded by snow, bundle up in all of your knits and enjoy them. If you are in the sun and beach and warm weather, enjoy your warm weather. But yeah, just thanks for stopping by and take care.